Down. What we want to do is, I think we're going to make 2 rectangles. I hope you can see me. Okay, hi guys. I've got another YouTube video for you. Damn, I really think I'm a YouTuber. Huh. I mean, like, what else do you say? Though, like, it is another YouTube video. Anyway, if you were online yesterday for day 2 of rehab, and you guessed that my favorite software is Illustrator, then you would have been correct. It is what I make the covers for all of the Instagram posts for. It's the program that I use. And since today is all about teaching you the tricks of the trade and everything I think that you should know if you're just starting out, I think Illustrator is a great point to start. I love it. I think its interface it's really simple to use, and Adobe uses the same interface like more or less across all of their apps. So if there's one app to learn how to use Adobe with, I think it's this one. So today we are going to go in and we are going to make our own icon, because I've been doing that. Pretty much I learned how to use it last year and I haven't stopped using Illustrator since then. I make my own Stickman with it, my own logos. So I want to show you guys the first few tools that I think everyone should know, and that's the polygon tool, the line tool, the shape builder tool, and then I also want to show you guys a little bit Pathfinder tool. For today, I think those 4 will get you, I think, far enough so then you can start developing like your skills on your own, because it's really hard to like start with a software and you don't even know like where like the start button is or the on button. Alright, so let's just get into it. We are going to learn how to make a Stickman today. I thought he was a great point to start with because he is literally just shapes, and he's perfect for the shape builder tool. So yeah, let's get into it. So you're going to open up Illustrator and you're going to go hit File New, and if you just completely open up like Illustrator like from like ground zero, you're going to get presented pretty much with a screen like this. There's going to be 2 little buttons on the side, which is going to be Open and Create New, I think. So if you just hit Create New, you have all of these different presets for the size of your canvas. That is the white space behind the guy, so the canvas is gonna tell you how much space you have to work with. I'm gonna be uploading this to Instagram later, so I really like using pixels because it's gonna be a digital publication, and I like to do 1080 by 1350 because that's portrait for Instagram. Instagram likes a ratio of like 4:5 or 1:1. And I don't love 1:1, so I opt for 4:5 anyway, so that's 1080 by 1350 in pixels. You can also choose a whole bunch of different units, so if you're gonna print out a postcard, you can do it in inches and like measure it out as you go, which is really, really useful. And there's like picas, points, millimeters, all that jazz. So you can just pick whichever one you want, from film and video, print, mobile, web, whatever, you know, you can pick your poison. I'm gonna go with my creative one. So next, what you're gonna want to do is you're gonna want to go to Google and just look up like a reference photo, any type of Stickman. If you're like anything, I really, really recommend going with a reference because I personally can't visualize things in my head really well, so that works good for me. And then you're gonna want to bring him into Illustrator. So I've got my blank canvas here. Before we do that, and I've already pasted this bad boy in here. But yeah, so to get started, what we're going to want to do is we're going to navigate to our little sidebar here, which has all of the tools we could ever possibly want or need. And we're going to go to the line. I have it on line segment tool, but it'll actually probably be on rectangle tool when you first open it up. If you want to change it super easy, just hold your left mouse button on it and then you can easily navigate to whatever you want. So we're going to go to the ellipse tool, and while holding shift and the left mouse button, we're going to drag and we're going to make this gorgeous little circle, which is going to be our head, which is awesome. So if this didn't upload, let me try, see if I can't move this. Nope. So if this didn't immediately turn black for you, you can just take your little selection tool here, your black mouse, click on it, and then you go to the right and you have all of your customization options for whatever object you are currently selected on. So your fill is going to be the color in the middle, which is green, yellow, any color under the sun that you want. You got it. And your stroke is going to be the outline. So think of it as like a cartoon. It's going to be a little outline. You can't even really see that, so we'll bump this up a bit there. Now you can see that we've got this gorgeous little outline for our little guy's head. We're going to take it off for now. We might put it back on at the beginning. Who knows? It's a crazy world we live in. And then we're going to get started going on his body. So we're going to go back to that polygon tool, and we're going to go to the rectangular option, and we're not going to hold shift this time, because what holding shift does is that it makes a perfect whatever. So if you're making a circle, it's going to have like an even radius. If you're making a rectangle, it's going to be a square, because it's equal triangles and equilateral. Come on, grade 6 math. But yeah, so I'm not going to be, you can make him really square if you want, but I'm going to make him a little bit more torso-like. So there's his little body. And what you can do to center these two is you can drag, and you can wait for like these little like bookmarks, or like the snapping them in center, or you can hold shift, and while this one's selected, you're also going to select this one, and then that'll have both of them selected at the same time. And then you're going to go to this cute little align section on the side, and you're going to align them in the middle. Now you can choose to align it to a key object or an artboard, but since we just want them to be the center of each other and that's it, we're just going to keep it on selection, and we're going to hit horizontal align center. I didn't really do much. Let me try and do this again. I'll move this one to the side, and then we'll do that. And then we'll do horizontal align center, and boom, they're aligned. And then if you wanted to get fancy with it, and you can see that these two aren't in the center of the artboard, we'll go to the artboard while they're both still selected. And now they're centered there as well. Okay, so next on to the limbs, the ligaments. What we could do, and what might make it a bit harder, is we could take the rectangle tool, we'll try and make it, we'll try to make these legs for him, and then you can take your white arrow and you can actually move these down and try to make your little stubs there. And that works, that's completely fine, but I actually want to show you guys something a little more versatile than that, because if you wanted to make something kind of in the shape of like a leg, but it's got like a bend in it, then like using the rectangle tool and just rounding the corners, it'll be a bit harder. What I want to show you guys is this little life hack with the line segment tool. Something really cool is like shift is kind of like your almighty key here. So if you wanted to make just a straight line, you'll press shift and it'll make it like a 90-degree, 45-degree angle in like whatever, like equal increments. If you wanted to get a little fancy, you can just release shift and then you can make whatever angle your heart so desires. But I want a cute little all the way down. So then we've got our line. He's got a pretty skinny leg right now. We're gonna have to add a little bit of meat to his bones. We're gonna make the stroke black. The fill won't really do anything for a line, so if you wanted to like color a line, just go for the stroke. And we're just gonna bump this up a little bit. Let's go 50. I like my guys a little stubbier than that. 80. Okay, maybe not that much. 70. Let's meet in the middle. Perfection. So now we've got our line, and it's in a leg shape, but I don't like how it's not rounded. I really like that rounded look. So what you can do is you can select your path. Don't click on the little box next to stroke. You're gonna click on the actual word stroke itself, and then you've got all of these options to customize how your line's gonna look. So right now what we want to do is we want to go to round cap. But I really encourage you guys to go look at all of the other different things. You can make some really interesting shapes with all the customization there. So now what you're going to want to do is you can move it around with just the shape here, but you can't really grab the sides of it. Unless you're on the direct center, that's the only way you're going to be able to move it. That's a bit annoying. So there's this really cute little hack to do to fix that. So what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to navigate to the top left of your screen. Next to the home button, it's going to have file, edit, object type, all of that. that, what I want you to do is I want you to click on Object, you're gonna go to Path, and then you're gonna go to Outline Stroke. So now we have our customizable shape, which is amazing. And you can grab it from any point that you want, and if you wanted to, you could grab your little direct selection tool and you could make it as wicky and as wonky as you want. We're not gonna do that for now, but it just makes it a lot easier to work with, and if I decided I wanted to bend in his knee, it'll be a lot easier than going with the rectangle tool. So that's good. I'm gonna widen this out a little bit because I love a little chunky cartoon. That looks about good. And what you could do is you could have this selected, you can go Control C, Control V. That works completely fine. Oh, maybe not. Maybe it doesn't work completely fine. I actually don't know why I did that. That's actually pretty cool. There we go. Okay, so you could do that, and that's just as well, but there's also another way to do it just for variety. You can actually click on your object, you hold Alt, and then you drag it while holding Alt, and then you gotta release the left mouse before you release Alt. That's very important. It took me a while to master that skill. And then you've got a direct copy of the other one. Both are great. I think Alt is just like a smidge quicker because you can drag it directly to where you want, whereas I think Control V, Control C just pastes it in the middle of the artboard. So yeah, now we've got our two equal legs. We're just gonna line him up on the side, and now he's got his legs. He's a walking man. Love to see it. I like to shorten them up, personally. Shorten them up, make them a little bit wider. Oops. Okay, we'll do one at a time. I'm trying to cut the corners too much. Okay, perfect. Now we've got our stubby little leg man. That was a bit mean. He's not stubby, he's gorgeous. So now, what we want to do is we want to move on to the arms. Now, if you look here, there's this little weird area at the top where we couldn't just Control C for the legs, and just like stick them out like that, because he's actually got shoulders. And it might be a bit hard for you to see, but I'll try and outline it. If you can see, his shoulder is pretty much, it's just a circle. Cut into 4 little wedges. I'll try and outline that for you. So if you see, you can kind of see if it's just a circle that we've cut into 4 different little pieces. And we actually have a tool that can do it for us. We don't have to make a circle and then take our direct selection and we try to like modify it or anything. Like, we don't have to do that. It doesn't have to be that hard, which is great. I want to show you guys this cute little tool. So I want to show you guys something called the Shape Builder tool. So we're gonna take and we're gonna make and we're gonna bake another circle, just like what we did with the head. You can Control C, Control V it if you want. I'm probably not even in the frame. Okay, so we're gonna take another circle like the head. You can even like copy paste that one if you want. And I want to take the stroke off of it. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna go over to our polygon tool again, and we're gonna go down to the line segment tool. It has more uses than just making stubby legs, I promise. So what we're gonna do now is we're gonna go right into the center of this, hold Shift while we drag it down, and we're gonna cut a line right through the circle. Then we're gonna do that again, but we're gonna go on the X-axis this time, and now we have 2 lines. You won't see it at first, like you'll have to hover your mouse over it. If you want, you can put a stroke on it. I'm just in here quickly, so I won't do that right now, but if I was working on something a little bit bigger, I absolutely would. So what we want to do now is we're just going to hold the left mouse button and drag it over all of our shapes here so we have all of them selected. And then, the pièce de la résistance, we're going to go to our Shape Builder tool, which is our little arrow with the circles with the ellipses. That's what we're going to do. And now what you'll see is when you hover over our circle, we'll see like these 4 different parts to it. They should be equal because we aligned in the center along the radius or something. And that is our shape. So what you can do is you can click on the little grayed out like areas here, and then it's gonna like remove the fill and the stroke. I think it's just to show you that you've like done something to the shape. So yeah, I've just clicked on these two. So now we've got two unique shapes here. You can click on all four if you want. It's up to you. I'm just gonna stick with the two. And if we go over here, we'll add a little stroke to it. You can now see we've got our two unique shoulders. That's actually a really cool idea for a mask. Look how cool that is. Okay, but yeah, so it's actually gonna put the line, it's gonna build a shape around that as well when you do that. That's okay. We'll just delete those for now. Take away his little smile, and we're just gonna make this look like the rest of our Stickman. So no stroke, black fill, perfection. All right, we'll move these down to his little body, and now we've got shoulders. So now that our little guy has got shoulders, let's give him some arms. So what we could do, legs are not to the ground. Okay, we're gonna just hold Alt while you're dragging on your little legs, and then you'll move these up here. And here's our guy. He looks a bit Neanderthalish, if I'm gonna be honest with you guys. That's not great. What I'm gonna do to fix this issue is try and move him over, but see, I'm a bit of a perfectionist, and even if I just go in here, I collect my anchor, move it down, move it down, move it down. Let's try this again. Move it. Oh my gosh. Oh my god. Move it down. All right, you guys can't even see what I did. It's gonna be a whole bunch of fiddling that's not gonna really pay off because now he's got this weird dip in his shoulder. I don't like how that looks. Oh my god. So we're gonna keep our shoulders how they were, but we'll take our arms and we're gonna move them off to the side so we can play with them a bit more. What I want to do is I want to take the cap off of the top of here so we don't have that rounded edge we have to line up. We'll just have the straight edge that'll continue the shoulder really, really well. So we're gonna pretty much do what we just did with the shoulders, is we're gonna cut a line through the two arms, select all of them, and we're gonna take our shape builder tool again, and we'll just click little sections at the top, and bada bing, bada boom, we're done. We've got some nice little arms that we can just put on our guy. So here we go. I'll line them up a bit. Yay! No. Yay! Okay, so now he is together. You can totally stop here if you want, if this is the kind of look you're going for. This stubby little like Neanderthal guy, that's perfect. But if you want to change him up, if you want to make his torso a bit longer, like that's your complete prerogative to do. I'm just gonna simply shorten up his shoulders, move these over, and there we go. So I'm actually gonna take these, make everyone a bit longer down there. Perfect! There's our little guy. And that's our Stickman.